Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another videos. The paid request this time is from Arthur. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, what have you, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And Truth or Die, which sometimes known as Truth or Dare, from 2012. It took me a while to find this film, so I had tried to message Arthur, but couldn't get a hold of him on the PayPal. But I did eventually find it. This is released under the Bloody Disgusting DVD label or something, like Bloody Disgusting Presents or something. It tries to kinda be torture porn, but it's not nearly that violent. You have these 5 British teenagers who previously there was a party and the rich, stinky girl, bitchy, the queen bee, I'll call her for bitch, the queen bee was messing with this kid, and the kid was bullied. Cut to sometime later, and these 5 kids are going up, and apparently this kid invited them to this mansion, which I'm already thinking, okay, there's going to be some warning bells, but nope, they all go along with it anyway. And then they kind of find out, well, there's actually no one at the mansion. You gotta go to this like cabin, the shack in the woods. And then the kid's not there, but the kid's brother, who is a former military guy. And this guy wasn't bad acting wise. I mean, I don't even think the acting was the problem in this film. I really don't. I think the acting was more than serviceable. But this guy, like, he's a former military guy, and he says that his brother ended his life mostly from this postcard he got with some threats on it, and among other stuff. And so the brother is able to manipulate one of the teens to tie up the other 4, and then keeps asking him, who sent this postcard? Who sent this postcard? What do you do to my brother to make him feel this way? Which you could potentially make it where you just see the guy's point of view and maybe care about his point of view for X, Y, and Z reasons, but other than a girl who's nice, but you just kind of just want to survive just for good to survive over evil, I didn't really care about any of the characters. I really didn't. You know, I didn't care if anyone lived or died or what have you. I didn't. I didn't care if, again, who lived, who died, who did what. It really didn't affect. Like, you have Gemma, the nice girl. You have the queen bee. You have the kind of douchey guy who's the boyfriend of the nice girl. And then you have this other guy that seems a little bit more level-headed than the others, and he's a boyfriend to the queen bee. And then the 5th guy, he's just a very scared guy, the nervous scared guy, and that's why he's helping the military guy, because he doesn't want anything to happen to him. I mean, he's not as annoying as the one scared guy in the last film Arthur had me review. I forgot what the hell that was called already. There you go. I forgot what it was called already. But pretty much the rest of the film is these 4 tied up, and he keeps asking these questions. None of us know anything. None of us were really his friend. Which is the bad thing to say to a military guy who's got you all tied up, but okay. And then the guy will take one of them and put something down their throat and tells another. Like, they try to play a game of truth or dare, spin the bottle. Truth or dare? Truth? What happened to my brother? Didn't do a whole lot of dares, though. Because I thought, okay, truth or dare, the dare's going to be you slap him, or you punch him, or you stab him in the knee. I thought it was going to be that, like, okay, dare? I dare you to stab your friend in the knee. If you don't, I'm going to kill him. Or I'm going to kill you. Or I dare you to bite his finger. Or I dare you to kick him in the nuts. Or something like that. No, it just puts a person down. I thought he was going to try to waterboard them. It's more like sticking tubes and like choose left or right. You have a 50-50 chance. One, they'll survive, and the other, they won't. It just goes on in a repeat. I'm sitting there going, is this movie going to go anywhere? Is this movie going to get exciting or thrilling or suspenseful? Or even if you're going in for the blood and gore, it doesn't have that. And like I said, I can't say I really. I mean, maybe the nice girl just to have the nice girl live, but I didn't really care if anybody lived or died. And then there's a part where, spoiler alert, where the military guy and the scared guy are outside because there's some poor some bitch out there who arrived late. And the military guy is getting the scared guy to do something to him, shoot him. Hey, you can shoot me. Or you shoot him, you got a 50-50 chance. Until ultimately the guy shoots the guy on the ground. He's too much of a chitty shit to try to shoot the military guy. While that's happening, one of the fours has been killed, and the nice girl Gemma, I don't remember her fucking name, I don't care. See, that's showed a little I care. I probably got her name completely wrong. Could be Captain fucking Janeway, or Xena Warrior Princess for all I give a shit. She could untie the other two, and then all three of them get up on this guy. If you each take a leg, and the other guy takes his head off with anything, you win. But no. The queen bee tells her, no, go, go. And then the nice girl goes. And then you find out that the kid, I think his name was Felix, he's not dead. He's actually in a bed paralyzed. The guy tried to end his life, but he didn't succeed, so he's paralyzed. So the military guy finds her, says some things to her, and then breaks her neck. So now we're left with the queen bee and her boyfriend. One thing leads to another. She's able to hit the soldier. There has to be acid nearby. Throws it at his face. He gets a bit scarred up. Able to knock him out. Her boyfriend's wounded. She ties up the soldier boy and brings in his paralyzed brother. And it's like the way the soldier's going about this, like the way he killed that girl, the nice girl, any amount of sympathy that you could. You think the movie's trying to give you with this guy is completely out the window. And even then, you get the idea that really what's wrong with this guy is complete homophobia. It's spurned by an earlier comment where the brother's like, you think my brother was gay? Is that what you're saying? And it's like the most he gets agitated at that time. And at the end here, when Queen Bee has these two tied up, she mentions, all this happened because there was a tape and my family was in trouble and I guess I want to do a little bit of blackmail where one night, I think it was during that party, her boyfriend was pretty much knocked out. She was seducing the kid, Felix, but then she said, hey, you want to do something sexy for me? And has the guy go down on her boyfriend when the boyfriend was sleeping. And she was filming it. So you see the soldier guy seeing this and getting more and more pissed and looking at him nasty. And you see the paralyzed like being more and more afraid. And then the queen bee mentions, why do you think he did this? Do you think he did this because he played a prank? Or do you think he did this because guess who's coming home? The homophobic soldier guy. To the point that she doesn't say she's going to show the tape to anybody or anything. She's like, gives the paralyzed kid, here's a grenade. You know, the guy's looking at his brother, being scared of what he's going to do. So he pulls the pin, blows up the place. Her and her boyfriend leave, end the movie. So, if it's trying to be a tale of morality, there's a lot of films that have done that better. The Last Supper, which you haven't seen it, it's a pretty interesting film about a group of friends who have these moral discussions. Bill Paxton tries to kill one of them, so they kill Bill Paxton, but then they have this, wait a minute, why don't we, maybe we should make the world a better place, so we'll invite these people to dinner, and if they're a good person, we'll let them go. If they're a bad person, they'll drink the poison one, they'll die, and they'll be buried in the backyard. It's got like Ron Perlman in it, and Mark Harmon, and Jason Alexander, and Cameron Diaz. Has a hell of a cast. A very interesting film. That one did a lot better in the moral dilemma field than this one. Because I didn't care about anybody. The military guy, with the way the character's written, it was trying hard. They were trying to feel sympathy for him in the beginning, and then put in the whole homophobia thing, even less so that you care about the guy. Let alone murdering innocent people. Like, the nice girl didn't deserve what she got. For people who are really into torture porn stuff, this is going to be very, very tame for you. Very tame and sanitized. There's not really any, violence, gore in it that will make you take notice. The characters are very unlikable. The ending is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way because, wait a minute, the nice girl dies and the queen bitch, who is really the cause of all this, gets away with it. Because, hey, sometimes bad people get away with stuff and good people suffered. That's life. There you go. I guess that's the moral of the story. Because she's the one that blackmailed this kid. She's the one who filmed all this. She's the one that tried to get this kid to suck off her unconscious boyfriend, which is weird. Like, what does she get out of that? I guess for the shits and giggles? Well, I guess, the film for, I guess, future blackmail material, I guess. But I don't think she knew that at the time. I don't know, just because she's the queen bee. Bitch. Most of it takes place in one location. There's nothing that remarkable about it in terms of filmmaking. I think it's maybe average at best. It's probably not as god-awful as the one Truth or Dare movie, or where the hell it was called, that was trying to be... What was it trying to be, like the Ring and a bunch of other shit? Which they have a bigger budget and theatrical release, and I'll probably say that's worse. Just that you had more money and you screwed it up more. Here, I just say the acting wasn't the problem, but the story, the execution, just wasn't for me. So that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.